Hi, so today I'm going to be working on this iPhone 5. This is a 32 gig one in silver, and it actually belongs to my sister, and it's all fully working, but the battery life is pretty awful. So for Christmas, I bought her a new battery, and I'm going to be installing it. So you start by removing these two screws at the bottom of the phone. These are actually an Apple-specific type called pentalobe, which they invented basically just so that no one can easily open their phones because they don't have the right screwdriver sitting around. Then you remember to actually turn off your phone before you start working on it, instead of after. The 5S, and SE come apart basically the same way. You move the two screws and the screen comes off and it's got cables at the top. The 5S and the old SE have a cable for Touch ID, but the 5 and the 5C don't. There's just a regular home button, and so you don't have to worry about ripping the Touch ID cable. Try to get a suction cup as low to the bottom of the phone as you can without putting it over the home button. And then you can get a little plastic pry tool and sort of hold the rest of the phone down while you lift up on the screen. Eventually, the screen will either pop up, or you can get your tool in between the screen and the frame and pop the screen up. And you can just open the screen to a 90-degree angle, and you're in the phone. You remove the screws, and you unplug all the cables, and then you have access to the internals of the phone. And then sometimes you're an idiot, and you get screws, you drop them inside the phone, and then you have to fish them out. And then you drop them a second time. Now I'm going to quickly test and make sure that the new battery actually works and boots the phone up. Now that we've got our battery connected, I'm going to make sure that the phone still turns on, and it does. Fortunately, this phone is old enough that it won't give you any "unable to verify this iPhone has genuine Apple battery" nonsense when you try to turn it on. This is going a lot better than the last time I tried to take apart an Apple product. And we have the screen removed. Oh, that's fun. Well, at least the old battery came out. It's kind of annoying that that tab broke. It's a bit of a bad design. The new battery, even though it is for an iPhone 5, it came with the 5S style tabs. I'm not really sure why. A lot of people like the 5 ones better. I actually prefer the newer style because at least they seem to break less often, and they are less hard to deal with when they break. I'm going to plug in the display. And I'll give the phone one last test. That's good. I didn't break it. Yay! And the phone works. Home button won't work because the screen isn't pressed down, but when I push the screen down, it should be fine. So I had a bit of trouble with the screws that hold the battery in, and I ended up having to turn the camera off and put it away so I could get a bit of a better view and be able to move my hands around a bit easier. But I got the phone together and it all works. It's now fully functional. I just need to put the 2 screws at the bottom in, and we will be good to go. Way to go, I took apart an Apple device and I didn't break it. That's a first. I guess Steve Jobs must have been on my side, because Tim Cook certainly wasn't.